Welcome back to PCM Yeti, episode 146. Still finishing up La Vuelta, and this is one of those go figure kind of days because on our previous couple of days we've been able to get somebody into the breakaway, and then the breakaways had zero chance of survival because we had someone there. Today, our race day condition is atrocious outside of Vatsek, but he's in the top 10. I can't get him in a breakaway. I could get Lindqvist, potentially, but he's got a -4. Sorensen, -3. Tadome, -4. So our key climbing guys on a big mountain stage all have awful, awful race day conditions. And so I didn't have the ability to put any of them in the break. So what happens? 20 riders go clear, and they are 9.5 minutes up the road. Simply put, it's because we're not there that they have a healthy advantage, because all the other stage, it just was not happening. So here we are doing our thing, trying to hang on through the first climb of the day. I'm going to try to hang on through the second climb of the day and see if we can't have our full team heading into the final climb. However, it's looking pretty iffy on whether we can do anything. Clearly outside of Vatsek, we're not going to be able to have any success today, but with supporting Vatsek, maybe we can get him a decent finish on this one. There's a big chance of him losing a big chunk of time without team support, and he himself not really being a top-notch climber. For the moment, though, we're down to 46 in the peloton. The 103 will regain contact and do, maybe. It's very much yo-yoing, but as we've hit the bottom, Shui and Tadome are the only ones not yet fully recovered. There we go. And now we're there, ready for climb number 2. With the field yo-yoing again. A few of those front riders are long gone. Gap is still over 9 minutes as we climbed at the same pace as the breakaway. So 10K to go on this climb ahead of us. We're not officially on it yet, but we're very much going up already. And here we go. Proper climb coming. 7K to go to the top. Our 78 is helping us hang in there. We catch a number of breakaway groups, and that group off the back is finally let up. Like, they do not seem to be too concerned about the fact that they are losing time today. Let's slow things down, though. I'm going to make sure we're not going back too far like this. Yeah, we were about to get dropped with 3.5K to go, so 86. You know what? Let's tell everyone to up their effort to about an 82, and then send all these guys back here down to 50, down to 49, and we're hanging on. We are hanging on, approaching the top, 1K from the top, and we crest with our entire team. Yes, sir. Okay, we do need water, and who is... Zayat's in the best shape and will recover, so we'll send Zayat's back to get the water. Halfway down the climb before... it's actually a lot more than halfway. We're almost down. We've almost completed the proper descent before Zayat's even put his hand up. That's definitely a waste of energy for him. But water task done, 40K to go. We're down to 9 riders at the front at 10.5 minutes. So they are clearly going to win the stage today. No time gains for us. And again, all it would have taken is me putting Tadome in that breakaway, and they would have already been caught by now. High tempo has seen us drop a couple more riders. We're down to 44 as we chase down the front group. Gap's definitely coming down, but not so rapidly to hold off that front group. It's really just that group in no man's land that's in trouble. Very high tempo. So Shui, not recovered. Tadome, not recovered. Haddad, not recovered. As we approach climb, Tadome and his nasty -4 is going to get dropped pretty early. His 25th is in jeopardy. But I sacrificed him for G going, yeah, no, +3, -4, 7-point swing. It's pretty obvious who to ride for 10 kilometers remaining of that pairing. But early gels on Shui, Tadome, Haddad. Zayat's looking rather fresh. And here we go, base of the climb, 12K, 7.7%. Just 44 riders to contest this. And we'll see leaving the effort levels where they were to hold position as we're dropping riders already. We're down to 41 now. Slow it down. We are still 9K from the top. And here is Balderstone and Buitrago on the go as Tadome gets dropped. 37 left. Sorensen and Lindqvist are struggling to hang on, and there goes a group clear, still with 7K to go. Let's see what kind of response there is within the group, and there is very much a response, so let them control it for now. Shui about to get dropped, and he was protecting Vatsek, so it's time to now sacrifice G and G gel. Shui out the back, down to 29, chasing 6, just 20 seconds behind. One of that front group drops off. Okay, Sorensen and Lindqvist and their negative race day condition is not going so hot. In fact, G and Zayats are doing better than they are. 4.5K from the top. Let's get Vatsek his gel. And we are going to have to get organized here in a moment with what I got left. We're through the steepest section, or about to be. There's Haddad. Okay, exclude. $3.9K, yeah, I think a 90. Lindqvist and Sorensen are going to be left behind on auto. We've got Vatsek being led out by the positive race day condition crew. G. Zayat's a little bit out of position here. Backlund has already won the stage from the break ahead of Gull, Martinez, Carapaz, Jeppesen. G now trying to cover the gap for these other guys. 2.5K. Zayat's into position. Good. And that is G done. G hold on. We're down to 22 in the group. Sorensen and Lindqvist are out the back. And that is just about it for Zayats. On to Vatsek solo. 1.4K. Attack. And now just ride.
Vatsek goes onto the attack.
Ride a little harder, 400 meters, sprint it out. And so we've caught back up to the front of the group. Except for Balderstone and Buitrago look like they're a little ahead. Van Eetvelt and Verstraat. Vatsek using the last of his energy about 200 meters before the finish. He'll slow up as he runs out. Great result, though, for Vatsek. Imagine what we could do with a full team. Well, we already know. It's podium, right? We're not in a podium position here, but that was a really good result for what was looking like a really iffy situation for our team. But Zayats, G, Sorensen losing a ton of time, Lindqvist losing a bunch of time, so it's really down to, without a doubt now, just Vatsek for the final stages. So you ended up with 7 of the 9, ending up with a really good time, about 6 minutes ahead. So Max Poole comes in at 6 minutes. He was in that break. He just lost a bunch of time to them. Berthet and Heeb were also in that group, and they end up at 6.5. Buitrago, lead rider across the line. We were just 13 seconds down on Buitrago and Balderstone. Verstraat, I was side by side across the line, and he gets 3 seconds better than I do. Van Eetvelt was a bike length behind us. He loses 5 seconds. Moss, we gain over half a minute on Moss. Posado, Malesi, we're gaining a minute on most of the contenders in the top 10. Carlos Rodriguez at 8:02. That is a great result for us. And then the rest of our guys come in at like 9 to 12 minutes down. Or in other words, 6 minutes behind the contender. So Moss still leads the race. Van Eetvelt has moved into second place. Ayuso slips to third, just 7 seconds down. Very much still a close contest there. Malesi is at exactly 3 minutes. Seychelles is 3.5. And at just 4:17 down now. Vatsek has moved back into contention in 6th place and very much in contention to crack the top 5. Fantastic result. Rodriguez slips behind us. Just a few seconds back, though. Walter is over a minute behind. We just passed him on the last stage by a few seconds, and now we're over a minute ahead. Deschwitnier is 2 minutes down, 3 to Boichago. Verstraet, Balderstone are 11th and 12th with their aggressive move. They were not the big threat in that one, and it was good. We did not go early, we went late, and we ended up making in contact with the only other top 10 guys there were, and I was side by side with the top 10 finisher. The rest of that was either breakaway guys or whatever. Lindqvist slips to 18th though. Sorensen to 24th. G to 27th. This is what you do with a fitness peak when you're not a climber. This is what you do without a fitness peak when you are a climber. Or you have one guy who continues to have decent race day condition day by day, hanging on and being a contender. And we have not been all in for Vacek until literally today. Only one rider off the front here on stage number 18. I'm going to try to send to Dome. He's got a 0 today, so it's actually a positive draw for a change. I mean, it's only a +1, but we've not been securing anything. His attack, though, is being countered by literally the entire field. None of them want to let him off the front. He gained 0 separation and full expenditure of energy there. Sorensen continues to be the only guy from our team that they have allowed to go anywhere with a break, and today he actually has a +1, but I'm just very reluctant about trying to go away. If it's one rider, it's going to be a lot easier for us if it remains one rider. So for now, we'll hang on. This is also one of those stages that things tend to go a little bit differently as we are dealing with I don't want to leave him unprotected, but look at the fatigue that's already setting in. Let's put here goes more riders trying to attack. It's a really short stage, only 127k and 4 climbs to navigate, and the pace seems to have let up to let these 4 guys go away, which might be an okay kind of scenario. Vakalainen in 15th, but right now he's not actually really a threat for anyone. He's ahead of all of our secondary guys, and then he's well behind Vacek. So I think we'll just focus on Vacek today.
The peloton seems content to let it grow.
But plenty of fatigue already before we even reach the first climb. So as we go to 120k, we're going to need to get water at the top of this climb. But for now, we'll hang on, sit back, and enjoy the views while keeping an eye on and whether we can hold position or not, whether we need to back off. 9k. Haddad pretty tired. 76 is doing just fine for the front. We're not climbing too fast right now. It looks like we'll be okay for this first climb. Yeah, heart rate's not high at all. Front group's not pulling away either. 4k. I think when we get close to the top, I'll have Haddad go get the water before we crest. As we crest 300 meters from the top, he's got the water and he's starting to move back towards the front. Everything easy enough for now. He's still in recovery as he makes his way back towards the team. He's just up behind him now. And there we go. Recovery complete. 1 climb done. 6 riders off front. 2 more attacked, and that is Henley and Cepeda. That's because one of them is the king of the mountains. So they went to clean up the last of the points. Now just 85k left to go. I would imagine this next climb is going to be taken a little bit quicker. Today is probably our best team draw of this tour so far, as Van Camp, who plummeted down the standings, has attacked. He's dropped just outside of the top 10, but we're seeing a very high tempo at the front and not in the field. Not chasing too hard right now. Here we go again. 1k from the top. Haddad, let's go get water. Down to 82 in the peloton. Surprised we even had a split there. Oh, come on.
Vacek was caught in a fall.
He is riding. Okay, that's the first thing, important thing. Still descending. Heart rate's low, so push on. Haddad is going to keep doing the water task, but we're going to take G and Shui and Tadome. And wait for Vatsek. Oh, this could be an ugly mess. Vatsek reaches the bottom. We need to lower. They are supposed to be waiting. They don't seem to be. Rayet, Dabad. They were already at the back of the group and then showed no sign of it. And then, oh, Haddad's coming back to protect. Okay, well, we're here. Let's have... We're going to have Tadome protect, and then we're going to have the other three ride. We'll make contact with this first group in a second. We will end up pulling those 22 guys back towards the peloton. But this is really going to mess up our race. So we finally get our best draw of the race, and then this happens. That's it. A very good descender. He's got an 80 today. He's got an 80, and yet that happens. So we got 3 guys up in the field. We are doing the work. The gap is 2 minutes. And holding. We're not great on flats, so I think we're going to have to wait until the climb to try to recover. And look how quickly we're burning through energy. That's okay. Okay, we're starting to drop riders already. Dad, push forward. Now we're not the only ones working. And also, it's down to a minute.
A group of riders has come a cropper, but
Okay,
they all look
Haddad's
ready to set
done.
off again. The pack is increasing its work rate. Some teams can't be happy with the breakaway.
Vatsek feeling it. It's going to be hard to recover, but with the descent, hopefully straight down, we'll be able to get there. It's hard to keep track of the time because riders are getting dropped from the peloton.
Some riders were not giving it their all in
I think
sharing
we've
the
only
pace.
gained about 30 seconds here. So we're down to 14 in this group. That includes picking up some of those peloton riders. And, oh, those 3 all got dropped while I wasn't paying attention. So you guys need to come back to Vatsek. Thought they were closer than they were. Alright, we've got our whole team here. So, how do we do this? Well, Zayats, Sorensen, Lindqvist. Let's protect Sorensen with Lindqvist. And then Zayats join in. That gives us 2 riders doing the work right now. Tadome needs to gel up. Vatsek fully recovered on the climb, but solo. And how far? We are 651, where they are 347, 357. So we've actually lost a minute on that descent. On the first climb, we gained about 30 seconds, but on the descent, we lost a minute. But that should mean we recovered better than they did. However, we got 13.5K to go, and we are doing it solo as a team.
The group has to break apart.
So 2 riders to share the workload for now. Those guys were in the break at some stage. Poor Zayats never got water. Probably dying right now. G nearly done. Tadome is nearly done.
10 kilometers left.
So Lindqvist,
Wow, that's one attack that's
protect
going
our
to leave a
leader.
good few in its wake.
Tadome out the back. Down to 8 in the group. There goes Miholjevic. There goes G. And I think we need to organize this thing. Hey, look at that. We've almost caught up here. Change of strategy. 10K to go. Let's slow it down. Never mind their position. This is about their energy, and Lindqvist needs to do the work. Uman. Goosens. Don't squeeze us, thank you. We're still a minute and a half behind those guys.
And off he goes. He's giving it one last go.
Kron. Wow. Uman. I know you haven't turned out quite as strong of a rider in IRL as you were predicted to be a few years ago. There's Koos. Oh, Linkvist out of energy. My bad. Sorensen, you're up. $8.5K to go. The steepest portion is now behind us. It's going to ease off for a little bit, but this is never going to be an easy climb, and this is never going to be an easy climb under the circumstances that we're facing today. For Mark Arrieta, we're passing a lot of quality here as we make our way up, but it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. 7K, and Vatsek's going to be solo here pretty soon.
5 kilometers remaining. Falling behind.
I think we're going harder than we can afford to go. 6K. Here we go, into the steepest bits again. Gross. Skierdo. There's Moss, the race leader. 5K. Gel for Vatsek. Verstraat. And now Vatsek. 4K. Let's see. Hey, we've almost made contact. We have almost made contact. Auto for all of these guys. Vatsek's in the group. Vatsek has made it back into the group. 19 chasing 1. But we have spent so much energy to get here. And now we're going to have to climb our own pace again at 3K to go. There's Martinez, Jeppesen, Basato, August. 13 go clear. We made contact with them briefly, but I also saw that we did not quite have the energy to keep up with their new pace. But there's a lot of quality riders that are going backwards here. Van Eetveld, Tarling, Ayuso. Into the final kilometer. Seixas, Malesi, Almeida, Marak, Shreddle, the Schoitenier. There's Gull. 800 meters. Oh, I was so close to Marak's wheel. Can you get Marak's wheel? Get Marak's wheel. There you go. Tavares has won the stage. Vatsek now out of energy. Make your last little push. Balderstone goes second. Rodriguez third. Buitrago. And then we're right there behind 3 front riders. What an incredible recovery ride. But of course, it was a terrible scenario to be at. One absolutely destroyed our team. It's the 11th on the stage for Vatsek. But wow, we were 3 minutes down at the base of the climb. 3 minutes down, and we nearly got there. I think we outclimbed everybody. If we were 3 minutes down and we finish, and that's 3 minutes down on the peloton. There was further guys in the breakaway that we were probably maybe 5 minutes behind overall. So 5 minutes down on the front riders, 3 minutes down on the GC guys. We very nearly finished at the front, and there's no way we're more than a minute down, which means we outclimbed 2 minutes down. So we outclimbed at least by 2.5 minutes, and we outclimbed by at least 30 seconds on the others. We did climb faster than anybody else on that final climb. We paced it pretty dang well, but we did tank right at the very, very end. So we did empty it out and lose a little more time. So I upped that effort just a hair right before the end, and shouldn't have. If I kept it that 76 that little bit longer, I think we could probably finish at about 2 minutes down. Either way, we keep 6th place. After that crash, it was not looking good. It was not looking good at all. It was a long time solo, well off the back of the field. Ayuso has moved into the race lead. Van Eetveld, second. Malesi now on the podium. Rodriguez moves into 4th place. Seixas is 5th. Vatsek keeps 6th place. He's been overtaken by Rodriguez, But Moss has dropped to 7th. We're a minute ahead of him. We have a clear advantage on the time trialing. Seychelles, we have a massive advantage on the time trialing. Is it possible that we're going to crack that top 5? Is it possible we're going to do more? Well, I think there's still a little too much quality, certainly in Malassi and Ayuso, but could we maybe squeeze 3rd? I doubt it. I feel like we're a little too far back, plus there's still more climbing to come. This was stage 18. We got 19 and 20 before we have a time trial to wrap this thing up on 21. But my oh my, considering how that could have gone, or the way that was going, that turned out pretty okay. Lindqvist is now 19th, Sorensen 24th, G and Tadome into the 30s. They lost a ton of time today to help Vacek get back up there, but they did well with it. Detroit crushing the points competition. Jeppesen over Hindley in the KOM. Seychelles, 25-minute advantage in the under 25s. And we are back down. We had been there once upon a time, back down to 5th place in the team classification with just the one guy finishing near the top, and we going through everybody else to get him there. Certainly hurt our timing, because otherwise we had been 3rd place. That's going to do it for this episode, though. I gotta say, that was just, I'm impressed by what we were able to pull off there. That was a difficult ride back into contention, and we've left ourselves in contention. What may have been, had we still had all our team in the group at the base of the climb, I think we might have been able to do quite a bit more and maybe even be a couple minutes better off. We could be potentially on the podium right now if we were a couple minutes better off. Now, I don't know if we actually would have been that well off, but let's say we're a minute better. Let's say we only make 1 minute, and at 2:40 we're in 5th and half a minute out of a podium spot, like almost in reach. But hey, the what ifs, you could always play what ifs. It's so easy after the fact to go back and go like, oh yeah, we could have done this. Well, here, I think we did everything we could, and it ended up a very solid ride. That's going to do it for this one. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.